So recently, there's been even more allegations regarding MrBeast and his new Beast game show that just launched on Amazon about a week ago. If you guys haven't seen my first video reacting to and covering his first episode, make sure you check that one out. Today we're just going to be covering all of the allegations and show you guys the truth behind MrBeast's new game show. So if you guys didn't know, there was actually two parts to it. It wasn't just like the show came out of nowhere on its own. There was actually an episode 0 of the show that took place about a couple months ago. And this was a while back before the first episode even dropped. It took place in Las Vegas. If you didn't know, the filming for the official MrBeast, Prime show, episodes 1 and 2 that are out right now, that took place in Canada, where I live. But the first episode, the actual first episode, episode 0, took place in Las Vegas. If you guys haven't seen the episode 1 of MrBeast game show, you can check it out if you want. But he starts off with 1,000 contestants, and at the end of the episode, it goes down to 500. If you what you guys didn't know though, if you only saw that, is that he actually had 2,000 people at first, and he cut it in half. So he cut out like 1,000 people in episode 0, which took place in Las Vegas. And there have been a lot of allegations in that episode of pretty bad shit that happened behind the scenes. People weren't fed, people were injured, workers were, subjected to horrible conditions and stuff like that. So before I show you all of those, let's see what he has to say about it. So this is a video on YouTube you can find if you want. It's called The Making of Beast Games, where MrBeast basically goes on about the behind the scenes stuff. And surprisingly, someone actually asks him about what he thinks about the controversy that took place in September, which is where episode 0 was filmed.
But I was just asking, are you okay?
Well, obviously there's a lot of things not true. Like they're saying there's broken bones. They're saying we're paying people hush money. I mean, what did you think about the articles?
I mean, I thought it was, first off, we're not gonna say nothing, no way. And two, I just thought it was really ridiculous.
So basically, one of the major allegations that he had to deal with in regards to the episode 0 in Vegas was that people had broken bones and that people were paid hush money, when in reality he's saying that's not the case. But in reality, we don't really know. We don't know if he's telling the truth. We don't know if he's lying. So there's no really definitive proof of that. The crew, however, was saying some very different things about his show, things that were not so, sunshine and rainbow, peaches and cream. He said, one of the contestants said, "We were treated horribly. They took on this challenge of 2,000 competitors," which that is a fuck ton. If you guys don't know how many 2,000 people are, that is just crazy. You guys can't fathom having to control and take care of 2,000 people. So if you ask me, I think they just, overstepped a bit. They bit off a bit more than they could chew. I don't think there was any malicious intent. So he says they took on this challenge of 2,000 competitors. They should have known they needed an enormous crew to handle this properly. And one of the actors from Austin, who didn't know who MrBeast was but joined the series for exposure, he said the show had deplorable conditions. And apparently they were complicated by the CrowdStrike incident, which, if you guys don't know, CrowdStrike, that happened a few months ago. It basically caused all the airports and everything to shut down. Obviously you can't really blame MrBeast for that. I think he also did mention that in his response to the whole, the entire drama, the whole MrBeast drama that took place over the course of 4 months with Dogpack and all the allegations when he went on Oompaville's channel. He actually did address the CrowdStrike incident, so can't really blame him for that. Some of his production company though, and the production company at Las Vegas, were also saying that apparently they had to prevent sexual harassment. They subjected contestants to emotional distress, didn't even give them meal breaks or rest breaks or even access to basic hygiene, which, if you ask me, that's pretty bad. But these are just what they're saying. And to be fair, having to take care of 2,000 people, it's not an easy thing to do. That doesn't make them right for neglecting people's needs, but you can sort of sympathize with it. By the way, ignore all the fucking ads. I swear to God, I hate websites nowadays. You can't go on a single fucking web app without 1,000 ads being shoved in your face. So anyways, New York Times reported that the contestants on the show did not have adequate access to food and medical care. So if you're someone who has allergies, or you have special needs, you need special medication for whatever condition you have, you wouldn't be able to get that. One of the guys said, "We signed up for the show. We didn't sign up for not being fed or watered or treated like human beings." I love how he said water, by the way, they're fucking plants, because they signed a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, which I'll tell you what that NDA looks like in a bit, but it's pretty fucking bad. They say the one meal described by several contestants, consisted of a small portion of cold oatmeal, a few pieces of raw vegetables, and a hard-boiled egg. Wow. Real luxury dining there. So another participant confirmed to Deadline, said that the entire production was an utter shit show, and a lot of contestants, again, went without proper medication or meals for days, and they were also being forced to like sleep outside to the run of the shooting days, and it was also extremely poorly organized by the production team. So as part of their conditions listed in their leaked document from the Beast game show, this is all alleged, by the way, don't fucking sue me. I'm not saying this is the truth, I'm just reporting the news here. The contestants are asked to be portrayed in a manner that is potentially, quote, disparaging, defamatory, embarrassing, and or of an otherwise unfavorable nature, which may lead to public ridicule, humiliation, or condemnation. So basically, signing this agreement would give you less rights than the average Jew in 1939. Now, in defense of MrBeast, most game show conditions sort of look like this. There's not like a game show you can find on this planet that doesn't require you to sign away like some of your rights, like the right to not be made fun of. But it is definitely a bad look for MrBeast, and if a lot of people find out about this, it's gonna be real bad. But it's not exactly like a unique evil to MrBeast, so you can't really just say that he's this bad thing and that every other game show is fine. No, they all basically look like this. Now, as a result of all this stuff, like this did not just go down quietly. There has been a class action lawsuit that 5 people filed against MrBeast in September for his Las Vegas shoot for episode 0. And it was against MrBeast and Amazon for workplace abuse, citing denial of pay, unsafe conditions, and, quote, a culture of misogyny and sexism, which is, wow, crazy stuff here, right? So the workplace created during episode 0, which again took place in Las Vegas, was where this lawsuit took place. Apparently, a lot of contestants suffered physical injuries or were even hospitalized during production, which is pretty fucking bad. The lawsuit also alleges that the women were subjected to, quote, severe harassment on set, and that the production did not complete the thorough background checks. Sounds kind of familiar, right, if you know about the whole MrBeast drama. Not completing background checks, leading to women being subjected to embarrassment. Sounds familiar. So Amazon denied comment. MrBeast team has also not responded. So 5 people are mad. 5 people are now suing MrBeast. Now, this is not the first time MrBeast has been subjected to a lawsuit due to his game show. There was also an incident a while back that was brought up during the original controversy that took place around over last summer. That's when it started. With someone, it's mostly injuries, people being injured on a set, people being harassed, people not having, enough food, water, medication, stuff like that. That's sort of like a common theme. The lawsuit here says, again, 5 of the contestants in his $100 million series, by the way, so it's absolutely huge. It's on Prime Video. I would honestly recommend you guys check it out. It's relatively entertaining for a MrBeast video, but they apparently experienced widespread mistreatment, sexual harassment, and unpaid expenses and wages. Sometimes they weren't even paid at all, or weren't being paid for overtime. So these are basically all the allegations so far. MrBeast, his only response so far has been, I showed you in the first clip, he's just saying like, yeah, no one broke any bones, no one was paid any hush money, whatever. He hasn't addressed the lawsuit or anything. I don't know if he can address the lawsuit. I don't know if, like the legal connotations of that. I'm not a legal expert. But so far, this does look pretty bad. Now, I have watched his first episode. Again, I actually covered that. I made a whole reaction to it. And some of you little piss boys, some of you little fucking milquetoast twinks were crying in the comments. So to all you little milquetoast pussies, mommy's gonna need her iPad back. Anyways, that's all I got for today, guys. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the future. Maybe you want me to cover someone else. See you guys tomorrow.